Hey, family. You know that expression about how you gotta work instead of working hard, you gotta work smart? And there's a lot of things that we learn about, taking shortcuts so that we don't have to work so hard, so that we can do the things that we enjoy. Well, that's all good. Um, and then sometimes you kind of have to go back to old school to really get the job done the way it needs to be done. I'm every once in a while I really have to give this floor a once over because a mopping just doesn't do it. It's got to be scrubbed. Well, and it means getting down on my knees, and it means putting my full effort into it. Not just scrub with the with the mop and then move on to the next thing. It's like on my knees I can see in detail what's on this floor that needs to be cleaned up. Well, it's also true in our relationships, you know, that if we're not close enough to our relationships to see what needs to be addressed and handled, apologized for, recommitted, then there's a lot of things that kind of go unnoticed and then they accumulate. And when they accumulate, and there's usually a blow up, and the blow up is usually not about what that actual thing is that's the problem. It'll be on something random. And sometimes it is about that thing, when you've just had enough and you just can't take it anymore. Well, today I just wanted to make a brief post about, if there are things in our life, if there are things in our relationships that need to be cleaned up and spoken about, it's a good time to do them. And, what we're seeing now with the demonstrations, which I didn't know that they would continue on at this point after the conviction of or at least the charging of the officers. But I know that what we're seeing is just an accumulation of frustration. And then also folks taking advantage of it for whatever their political purposes are that aren't related to, this incident. Because there are troublemakers who are, opportunistic to, issues of discord. So I just want to encourage you, that whatever your feelings are about what's happening, the best place for any of us is on our knees. If you have the physical capability of humbling yourself, on my knees, I know that it's no longer about my power. It's that I'm submitting, I'm surrendering, I'm giving back whatever control I had managed to sneak back in my camp, because I do struggle with feeling like there's something that I ought to be able to do when God has already handled it. So, family, I encourage you to humble yourselves, get on your knees. Self-examination, examine the places in your life where there are things that need to be addressed, you know. Um, and then just let God show you how to make it right. If you have stuff that has happened with you related to what the rioting and protesting are about with George Floyd's murder, if you have someone who you said something that you felt like you put both feet in your mouth, go ahead and clean that up. If you, said something that you regret in insensitivity or lack of understanding, clean that up with the person. Because even if they don't forgive you, you forgive you, and you get to be free. So I guess that's all I want to say. It's a brief post today, but it's time to clean things up and trust God. He'll show you how, he'll give you the words, and most importantly, he'll give you the courage. God bless you.